Hi, my name is Mark Richards from Trade Business Systems. Today I'm going to do a demonstration on our product, our catalog management system. In that demonstration, I'm going to take you through the catalog overview, inventory benefits, quoting benefits, and then purchasing benefits. I hope you enjoy. So the first thing I'll take you through here is the actual catalog that we've developed. And the issue or the problem that we've solved with the plumbing trade business is being able to have one common part number across multiple suppliers. So we've merged approximately up to, in some cases, 4,000 parts from some of Australia's largest plumbing suppliers such as Reece and Tradelink, but that number may gradually decline for suppliers such as Samios or Cooks or Plumbers Co-op because they sell a smaller range of products. And so what you can see here are the products we've merged in our system. And if I go down and show you an example, we'll look at PEX pipe fittings and Shark Bite copper fittings. So as you can see, those groups are easy to use, easy to navigate around. And of course, you can still search, as you always have in Simpro, by part number, a generic description, or the actual supplier's part numbers as well. You can still search on those. But with our system, one of the biggest benefits is being able to see your price comparisons across all of your suppliers for one part at a glance. A big part of what we've providing are part images as well, which is very important for apprentices that may not be familiar with some of the parts that they may be picking up or even using out of inventory as well. So that's what the catalog looks like once we import it and implement it into your Simpro build. Now, what are these additional benefits of having this in your system? So, next thing I'm going to go through with you, stock. So, without having a merged catalog, generally stock and inventory can be very challenging, if not impossible to manage. And that's because suppliers don't use the same part numbers. And so if you go ahead and just import a Reece catalog and a Tradelink catalog, you're going to have duplicates of all the parts that you actually order from those suppliers. And then if you use more suppliers like Cooks and Plumbers Co-op and so on, you'll have 3 of the same part or 4 of the same part. So if I go and buy, say, the same fitting from Reece and then the same fitting from Tradelink, it's going to appear in stock twice or 3 times. Or I might buy those fittings from Reece, but I've accidentally built a quote with my Tradelink part, and then when I win the job, Simpro says there's none in stock. So now I'm going to waste money and go and buy that part because those parts aren't aligned. They're not the one common part. So there'll be a lot of wasteful spending. But with our system, as you can see here as an example, I have our common part number and a total value of in stock. And this won't matter if I buy them from 2 or 3 or 4 different suppliers because we've merged those parts together. So this then cleans up your stock and makes it actually work, whether it's in the warehouse or your guys in the field, most importantly. Okay. Now moving on from that. Now, when you're quoting with our catalog system, again, this is where you're really going to see the benefits. So when you have our merged catalog, you can choose what supplier that you want to default as being the main to mark up your pricing for quoting purposes. Right? So Reece can sometimes be the most expensive supplier that you might purchase from, but you might then want to order from your cheaper supplier, being Cooks or whatever. That's going to increase your margin. Or in the case of a quote, let's say you want to have a competitive price. So this example here, all my pricing is based off Reece, but I can select all those parts and then change that to a supplier at the time I know I'm getting the most competitive pricing from. So if you look at the price of this quote here, $14,000 approximately. Apply pricing. I've almost brought my quote down by $2,000. So for a customer that may have balked at my original price, I can now mark my pricing off, my markup off Cooks. Now they're going to take on this job because I've managed to wipe off $2,000. So a huge benefit. Okay, so moving on from that. Now purchasing wise. Now, as I said earlier, when you've got our catalog management system, you're more likely to be able to align the parts that you've quoted on to what's actually in stock because of that one common part number. This would allow you then easily to allocate what you have available from stock from your warehouse and then order the rest. In this example though, I'm going to create a purchase order for everything that I require on this job. Stocks are required. And this is where the best benefit comes from. So these are tools that Simpro already have inbuilt into the software, but our system allows you to maximize those tools. So now I can see if I buy everything on this job from Cooks, I'm going to save $716. So that's going into your profit margin. So again, if you don't have our system, you're probably just quoting with Reese pricing and then buying from Reese because it's easy. With our system, it's going to allow you to maximize the benefits and the cost savings that you're getting from all of your suppliers. Or if it's a large job, I might even choose to send 4 different purchase orders for 4 different suppliers to save even more money. So it's that easy. I can say, yes, I want to get this from Cooks, finish, send my purchase order off for Cooks, increasing the profit margin on that job. And the same thing would apply for even larger purchase orders for, say, restocking your warehouse or your vehicles. So if you set up your min-max levels and you're buying in bulk for your warehouse, in this example here, I could save $1,625 if I buy everything from TradeLink instead of Reese. Now this may change because the price updates with our system are still working. TradeLink might be cheaper one month. Reese, Cooks, Plumbers Co-op as they're updating their prices. Again, that's a huge benefit from using our system. Anyway, I hope you appreciate some of those benefits and have enjoyed this demonstration.
I hope you enjoyed today's demonstration. If you want to find out more, please go to tbspro.com.au and book a demo. Thanks.